So, guys, with my story, when I had built up all of my lies, as I built a family and built everything that I thought that I knew that I had, they both didn't mesh. And that was difficult to keep the secrets, the shame, everything. I mean, for me, guys, when I thought my wife could heal everything that was wrong with me when I married her, and realized that she couldn't, that I went deeper into my own shell. So much so when the pornography wasn't enough, that it ended up becoming people that I talked to, people that I met, that my stupidity level rose. I was on adult websites. I was so desperate to find people that I was stupid enough to put my name on, not my name, but my face on my profile at certain times. Stupid thing to do. So when my wife and I, when we would spend time out in public, whether it was out to dinner, which we did a lot, maybe it's going to the fair, movies, whatever, I was never able to relax. I was never able to enjoy the moment because I was always looking for somebody to out me. That's exhausting. That's tiring. Living in fear of what's going to happen next, scanning every room, every place, always not being, I can be right there with my wife and what she thinks is I'm engaging with her and talk and stuff, but I'm actually engaged 10, 50, 100 feet ahead of us to make sure of what's around me, not truly being present in the moment. And doing the same thing with my boys, which were a year and 2 years old by the time I confessed. Because, guys, what happened for me was in the church, involved with a small group, doing all the right things on the outside, but never having that peace inside. And so in the midst of all that, God kept putting on me, you've got to surrender to me. You need to tell your wife. And so you guys have probably heard this part before where I've said that he led me to a place where I need to tell my wife my story. I need to tell her what's going on. But if I do that, I give her up. I give up my boys. I give up all my friends because my friends are married to her friends, which the most of them are through the church. So I'm losing my church. I'm losing my job because I got the job through my in-laws. And if they find out, I'm done. And my finances are not great. So truly, I'm going to be stuck with a cheap motel. That's it. Every single thing else that I have, my dignity, my integrity, everything is gone. If I tell her, if I say, okay, God, I surrender to you and will trust that I get you, and that's it. And that was a hard decision to make. There was a lot of wrestling and understanding that all the friends that I truly had depth with were all in my AOL buddy list. Over 300 people in there that I was more truthful with, did more life with than I did with my own wife. They knew more of my struggles, my thoughts, my feelings than my own wife did. And if I tell her, I have to lose all them. So I don't really have anybody to talk to that I feel safe with. But God, if I do this, I'll get you. And so I decide to tell her and say, okay, God, I take the deal. I surrender. One choice that he's asking me to make. And by doing it, I'm going to lose it all. You guys have heard my story where I've told her and she said, we're going to work it out. But what you may not realize in the midst of that is the life that I had, the marriage that I had up to that point was gone. Even though she said, we're going to work it out, that was a defining moment. I lost the first 10 years of my marriage. I lost who I saw myself as a father to my boys was gone. I lost all of those friends online. When my people I considered friends in person heard my story, the way they looked at me was gone. When my family heard eventually what was going on, what had happened, the way they thought I was and who I was gone. My job, because I confessed, I did not lose it the way I thought I would. But God gave me a new job 6 months later. So that job was gone. One choice, one decision, everything surrendered the way I understood it, the way I knew it, was truly gone. And sometimes I think, guys, when we're in here, we're looking at, you know what? I don't want to let it go. I want to hold on to what I think is good, what I think is okay, what I think is manageable. Instead of saying, I'm going to let it go and see what you give me, God. Because when I told her, I didn't know what I was getting. I knew that I was losing it all, though. The only thing I could hold on to was him. And that was okay. Because he's the only thing that was going to provide me peace, provide me life, provide a hope. My wife couldn't do that. She never will. My kids couldn't do that. The way I had people look at me could not. The way my income couldn't. None of those things. And so, guys, I want to challenge you to stop looking at these things and saying, if I can just make it work, can I just get this fixed? If we're truly at the idea that we're going to surrender, if we haven't yet, we have to say, yes, I surrender this no matter the consequences. No justifications, no rationalizations, and put it all on the table and take our hands off of it.